On my way back to the shop now to go do some more work on the Mark IV Supra, on the old manual conversion and the wide body. So yesterday, I didn't really cover any of it, we just kind of did it. So got the bell housing on the gearbox, got that into the body of the car, mounted up to check fitment of the shifter and the length of the drive shaft. So in case you're wondering, drive shaft was 40mm too short, so drop that off, that's going to get lengthened. And yeah, there's a bit of a mucking around to do with the shifter. Looks like it's going to interfere with where we previously had the hydraulic handbrake mounted. So because we're using the tripod mount on the gearbox, no other reason other than we have it. The extended shifter factory thing would actually work better, that actually bolts up, but I don't have a shifter for it and there's no way I'm going to get a shifter on time without either buying a short shifter, which I don't want, or yeah, just risk not getting a shifter in time. So yeah, I'd rather just make this remote mount one work, which means I've got to cut away a little bit more of the trans tunnel, but whatever, it's fine. If it becomes a real mess, we'll actually buy the manual trans tunnel from Toyota. They're really not that badly priced, and swap that out and do it a bit nicer. But for now anyway, like, so there's, I think it's the 8th today, so yeah, 24th I believe, or 25th is the drift day. So yeah, really not long at all considering we don't have a drive shaft, nothing's in. So yeah, today's mission is finalize that shifter position, cutting up the floor and mounting clutch pedal. Might as well cut down the brake pedal at the same time, so the car will have 3 pedals. How amazing is that? And in between will be like more coats of bog, allowing that time to dry while we're doing the mechanical bits. So yeah, anyway, I probably better shut up and make my way down to the shop, because I was supposed to be there a while ago. I just decided to have another coffee instead. Yeah, hop to it, I guess. The next part of the manual conversion, we're using an EX Lancer master cylinder and pedal. So just marking out the holes, gonna drill that because Supra parts are expensive and EX Lancer parts aren't. Clutch master is in. Willie's down there, so I can't get a peek in yet. But yeah, a little bit of a bending and tweaking of the pedal so here, and we should be all good. While I've been away getting a new phone, because I dropped it last night and broke it, Willie's put a nice wee stainless steel tip on the exhaust there, looking much better than the ugly old muffler it had. Got points for sticking out far from the bumper too, which is a bonus. So we had a little bit of a drama with the R155 that we've got for the Mark IV. So they've got on the truck boxes, they got the synchro hub is only partially splined, and it's real common for them to, well, ruin the splines. So the one we're going to use for the Mark IV actually had broken splines already, and I ordered a full spline hub to go on it. Poor guy Scotty, he was assembling it last night for us, and he's like, "You've got the wrong hub." So there was a crossover year, and ours was in the crossover year, but thanks to the guys at Lineside Automotive, it used to be Lineside, I've forgotten their new name. Maybe I'll put it in the thing below, but anyway, real good guys down there. Correct part. So we can actually get that gearbox assembled and ready to go into Mark IV. And at the same time, Scotty's going to hate me, he's the guys building the gearboxes. I've got one of my old R154s that I took all the teeth off the lay shaft, third gear. no replacements available from Toyota, discontinued. So AMP distribution in the States have just started remanufacturing them themselves because Toyota doesn't. So I just got home. New shaft. So I can now rebuild my old gearbox with all the Marlin crawler parts in it. Pull the gearbox that's in my A70 out because that's got a broken thrust washer, and it just sounds like a whole pile of gearboxes Scotty needs to build for me. Love you, Scotty, appreciate it. I've never actually gone over what we're using here for the box. So it's an R155 from a late model two-wheel drive Hilux. Factory clutch, got a couple of different shifter options which we're going to play with, either extended or remote, see which one works best. The box itself is on a bench over here, so we've had to change the input shaft length because they become with a shorter input shaft. You can either use a 9 parts bell housing, which is shorter, or you can use the correct, just factory R154 to JZ bell housing if you get the longer input shaft. Also, there is a splined part for the synchro, which is not fully splined on these boxes, which always fail, so that's been changed out to a full spline unit so that it will last longer. So yeah, we're going to bang this back together now and try out some different shifter options and go from there. So I got the spigot bearing in, so that's all good to go. The gearbox itself, the selector part that goes in the back of the box, somehow we've managed to end up with the wrong one. It doesn't fit in there, so I'm going to mill that down and try and make that work. Release bearing is on there, clutch fork and all this jazz, so ARPs, yeah, hopefully get this back together soon. I'm going to re-drill the hole for the selector cup, I guess you would say. It sits in the right spot on here. While Willie is inside doing intelligent things using the mill and such, I'm going to sort out this brake and clutch pedal situation. So what I'm going to do first off is trim down the brake pedal and then see how I feel about this positioning of the clutch pedal, because remembering that's a EX Lancer pedal, not a Supra one. Might need to bend that, get a little bit further that way. Just yeah, see how it feels comfort wise once I've got this pedal, brake pedal trimmed down. Cut down that brake pedal now, put a boot on it. Spacing for the pedals doesn't seem too bad. I'll be happy enough to run that and just see how it goes, rather than mucking about too much more, spending way too much time on that shifter mechanism as it is. And we haven't even got the box in the car yet. Oh well, tighten up the bolts on the clutch and move on to the next job, I guess. Quick update to what we went up to. So flywheel is almost on. Just got to do the final torque on those. Pressure plate and things ready to go. Clutch plate. Cleaned out the housings. So, where are we? Ended up using this from the R154, which we had to machine down to suit this gap, because the R154 one is slightly bigger than the R151 or R155, whatever this is. Not using the R155 one because I lost it. I don't know where it is. So we're now also attaching the tripod shifter to the box, so center holes line up Front and rear do not. That also needs to be spaced up a few mil, so got the old part off the original one off the R155, trimmed that up, so that's now our spacer. Onto this guy here, bit of work done on here, re-drilling that hole correct, extending this back so it fits with the sits correctly with the detents in the box, like so. Taking that cup down, extending it down there. So yeah, Willie's been doing a whole pile of work on that. Here it is in all its glory, sort of. It's like a proper Supra now. It's got the factory wing, paint matched and all. But the most important part, 3 pedals and a lever. Stoked. Let's go for a drive. Yeah. A real challenge. Gonna change gears. Well, Willie just made the biggest rookie mistake. We were just pulling back up to the house, and he's like, man, this is the best shifting R-Series box that I've ever driven. It feels great. Then he tried to stick it into reverse. Now we are here, and we must push it back up the driveway. Oh well. I think we're still going to send it on Tuesday, because I do not have the motivation to pull this gearbox out and get it back in. So yeah, we're just going to drive it, and you don't need reverse, just don't spin, eh Willie?
Oh yeah, that would be me. Never spin.
Oh well, still, sort of works. Well, that is it for this video. Thanks for watching, guys. Thankfully, solved the reverse issue. So because we were missing all these random bits from the box, we used a reverse light sensor as the fill hole on the side of the gearbox, and that poked in and was blocking the gearbox going into reverse. So yeah, apologies, I didn't really get too much footage of the actual fitting of the gearbox or anything, but I can't say fitting a manual gearbox is exactly groundbreaking footage. So just tried to include some of the more in-depth parts that we had to do in regards to getting that R155 to work. But yeah, car's aligned, car has reverse, car has 5 gears. So, it's all good. We are drifting tomorrow. So, I just got the alignment, it's all sorted. Car's all packed up, it's completely still covered in bog dust. Maybe Willie will clean it, but you won't. But anyway, I'm going to go do this drift day tomorrow, and then I'll probably do a follow-up video once I know the gearbox works well, involving step-by-step what we actually did to use that truck box in the Mark IV and what it cost. And when you see what it cost, you'll see why we did it. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Say sub, because you're going to want to watch the next video, because the next video is actually going to be driving, not just waffling and playing with boxes. Anyway, thanks guys, see you later.